Well, hey there. Welcome to day 1543 of What You Up To Now. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, documenting the journey as I transition from the brick and mortar corporate world business to the online world and back and forth since COVID pandemic, since 2020. Been going back and forth. Personal reasons, but I believe that we need to be more self-sufficient as individuals, as countries, etc., than COVID pandemic proved that we are as a nation, as a world. Yeah, globalization is all well and good as long as it works and nothing goes wrong. But we've seen that when something goes wrong and things get shut down and mandated and closed, it has a devastating effect on the world and on us individually. I think that decades from now, we will still be seeing the ramifications of this COVID pandemic and the way it was handled and dealt with, just like we do in everything, but we don't notice the results of something or the implications and the ripple effect of things until much further in history. Same is true in our own lives. Something happens when we're young and we don't even know that it's impacted us, yet it impacts us for decades. And then something else happens and we say, oh my gosh, that's because this happened and I piled all kinds of stuff onto it for 2 decades before I realized that it wasn't true and that I could make a different choice. So today, our idiom for supersize your business was salt of the earth. I like this idiom. It alludes to we are worthy, we are virtuous, we are of value, and the value of human beings just because we're human beings, right? We all deserve certain things just because we're human and we exist. It doesn't mean, and I'm definitely not talking about fairness or equal, because we're not fair. Life isn't fair. It's never been fair. And we're not equal in terms of what we put into the world and get back from the world. Life is fair in that what you put out, you get back. What you think about and believe and is what you create. And we each get and have the same ability to create whatever it is that we want. Now, some people will argue, oh, that's not true. And I'm not even going to get into that discussion, because you get to believe what you want to believe and I get to believe what I want to believe. And that's kind of what makes the world a really cool and interesting place. And sometimes it's fun to just sit back and watch the games that people play, right? I mean, if you sit back and observe instead of just sucking in like a sponge all the nonsense around you, it's interesting what you will learn about yourself, about other people, about the world, about human beings and how they behave. There's definitely good and evil in the world, right? Let's go evil and good. Right hand is good, left hand is evil. Not really, but there's good and evil in the world, right? And people show us what they're choosing to act out in their life. We all have the opportunity and the option, because it is optional, to be good or to be evil, to make choices that are good for the world or bad for the world, good for us or bad for us. I like how I'm using the right hand for bad for everything. It doesn't matter. So what does that say about us? What does that say about other people? If we watch, if we observe, we know people will show us everything we need to know about them and about a situation, but we have to be willing to pay attention and observe it. We can't just, and then also check in with our instinct and our gut feeling, because otherwise we will make mistakes, more mistakes than we need to. We're all going to make mistakes, but we make a whole lot more than we need to when we're shutting off our brain and not paying attention. So salt of the earth, we talked about how if you are that, if you embody the principles of honesty, unpretentious, worthiness, genuine, socially moral, if you embody those principles, you definitely want to build on those to brand and grow and supersize your business. If you don't pretend you're something that you're not. Don't pretend you're this big, honest, high integrity organization if you're just a big business out to make a buck, if you're just a big business out to make money, because people see through that if they're willing to observe and look. Now, I think more and more people are seeing through the media and social media. It's just a big business meant to manipulate the masses. And why is that their mission and their principle and their purpose, even though they say something else? We're starting to see through that because For them, it's all about money and power. It's not about making the world a better place. It's about what can they get for themselves or their shareholders, etc. So see things for what they are, not what they say that they are or what you wish that they were. So salt of the earth. I like that expression. I think it speaks to the type of people that I want to interact with. And it was interesting. I was doing the research and I found somebody on, I don't know, it's probably Quora or something online said, salt of the earth is an insult. Well, if it's an insult to you, it's probably because you're not the things that salt of the earth means. You are pretentious. You are egotistical. You are not honest and truthful. You are pretentious. You are not morally sound. If you're not morally sound, you're not salt of the earth, right? And so you would push against and think that that was a bad thing to be because it's not what you are, if that makes sense. I think it makes sense. So salt of the earth. Our topic for our annual challenge today was Big You, being the better version of yourself, a continually improving better version of yourself, which is really what the challenge is all about. But I shared 30 plus things that you can do or how you can demonstrate every day being a better version of yourself. And there's actually tons of them, right? You can go online like anything else and search and find all different numbers and denominations, 101, 50, all different things that could help you to be a better version of yourself based on the author's thoughts of what would make a better person, right? So shared that. What else? Got a couple of trainings and a couple of appointments today. So I'm going to sign off. If I can help you in any way, ask. Otherwise, I'll be with you tomorrow to let you know what's up. Have an awesome day.